This is the CPU. This is a solid state drive. And this is a water bottle. Let's build a computer. Stay hydrated. Alright fam, so here's what we're going to do first. I have my tools. I've got a knife. I've got my little iFixie kit. And I have a screwdriver. Ratchet screwdriver. Because they're so important for these little things over here. So, first what we're going to do. Let's unbox the motherboard first. Get it out of the static paper, static protection paper. Toss that over there to the sideries. Alright, here we go. Motherboard. So what I'm using here is the Asus Tough Gaming X570 motherboard with Wi-Fi. I am actually building this computer for a friend. She asked me to build her computer so she could play The Sims 4. Anyway, a little much for a computer that's just going to play The Sims 4. But anyway, so we've got the motherboard out. This is it's a pretty powerful motherboard. It's one of the top of the line motherboards that allows you to overclock, etc., etc. And it will pair perfectly with this lovely, lovely, beautiful, lovely AMD Ryzen 5 3600 CPU. So, let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to lift the little thing out. And then, we're going to open, please be so very careful with the CPU that is brand new, that I do not want to damage because this thing is expensive. And because we're in the pandemic, this thing was more expensive than I wanted it to be. But it is what it is. So, here we go. Now, we're going to go ahead and pop, lock, and socket right here. Let's look for the triangles. There will be a triangle, a little gold triangle on the CPU side. And there will be a small triangle right here. Right here. I know it's very small. You can't see it. But trust me, it's there. It's there. It's right here. Look. Look with your eyes. It's right here. So, we're going to line up those triangles. So, try to be so very careful so that we don't mess up the pins. Alright. And it should just plop right in there. And then we're going to pop, lock, and socket. You're going to feel some tension as you lock it in place, but that is okay as long as it is locked in place. Alright? Let's make sure it's locked in place. So, we have done one of the processes. You are now in an expert PC builder if you're able to do that without breaking any pins. That's lovely. So, now what we're going to do... you know what? We don't have a graphics card. You may be asking me, Goody, where's the graphics card? I don't see no graphics card on this table. That's okay. The graphics card will be available on Saturday, and then we'll finish the build. So, it's fine. Let's get started now, though. Let's do it. So, we've got the CPU in. That's funny. That's hilarious. I don't like to put in RAM just yet because I don't. So, I'm not. I'm going to use this all-in-one liquid cooler right here for my friend's PC build. This is the MSI Mag something. I don't remember the name of it. But it is what it is. It's cool. And it will keep her CPU cool. So, we're going to use this. And before I can use that, I had to look for the parts for it. Because it's been a long time. Almost a year since I used that particular all-in-one liquid cooler. So, I found the pieces, and now what I'm going to do is put the thing together so we can drop it, do not drop your motherboard inside this computer case. Do not do that. What I mean is gently slide the motherboard into the DMs of this particular case. Alright, so what we're going to do, I found the back plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this back plate. There's 4 holes right here that I'm going to just line up and just gently place it down, which I goofed already. Get in there. Get in the hole. Get in the holes. Alright, there we go. Now that I can see the holes, what I should have done was grab some screws. Because that makes sense, right? It makes sense to grab screws for the thing. Let's hope that I have the right screws on me, or I will have to find them and waste more time. These 2 little bracket pieces actually come with your motherboard. Oh, did I break this one? Oh, you know what? No, it's not. It's just shaved a bit. It's a little shaved. That's okay. Should be fine. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 brackets and just plop them on the screw holes like so. Like so. And that's, I put that on backwards, so I need to change that. So they need to go out like this. Alright, so these little nubbins situations, the little things need to go on the outside, because your all-in-one AIO liquid cooler is going to have these prongs that are going to space out a little bit more. So you put them on the inside, they'll be backwards. Let's hope that that's right, that I said that right, because if I didn't, I'm going to look like a fool. Like a buffoon. Now, let me find... Now, the fun part is to find these screws, which I think are right here. I think these are the screws right here that go in the situation. Let's go ahead and open sesame. Let's take out the Phillips head. 2 or 3. Number 1 or number 2 or number 3 will get you what you need. And we'll just go ahead and screw that on in there. Just you know, so it bites. So it's able to bite. And then we can go around and retighten. Make sure everything is nice and tight. And then we'll be so Gucci. So Gucci. So incredibly Gucci. Alright, now that I've got, you know what? This is the wrong one. Even though it fits. She fits! But I'm not going to use this one. This is not the right one. That's not the right screw. I just know it's not. Down in my bones, I know it's not. Alright, so let's go ahead and do these, and then we'll be one step closer to putting the motherboard in the case. Let's make sure it's nice and snug so it won't wibble wobble. We don't want the wibble wobble. We would not like you to wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. Or be nice to my spirit. Okay. The only magnetic screwdriver I have, y'all, is from my iFixit kit. And I can't seem to find another magnetic screwdriver. So, I'm going to work with what I got. Because that's what I do. I'm a resourceful little gal. Resourceful woman. I'm not a little girl. Unless you ask my mama. My mama might call me a little gal. Because I'm her baby. That's why. Haha. Get over yourself. Alright. So, we are in nice and tight. We don't want to be too tight because we don't want to break the motherboard or strip or scrape the motherboard at all. Alright. Now that she's in, nice and snugglified. Let's go ahead and grab and pull our computer case forward. Gotta keep my be bold, be true, be kind, be you, because it's important to do those things. Oh, this is going to be the part that is going to make me nervous. So, let's, I don't want to get too many fingerprints. So the way this particular case opens is you unscrew the thumb screw, and then you, is it not unscrewed enough? There we go. You unscrew, oh, it comes all the way off. That's perfect. You unscrew it, you pop it out. Ooh, so very careful. And the side panel comes out like so. And please, by all means, place it somewhere where it will not fall. And I'm going to put this on the couch where it will not fall. What we have here is an I/O shield. This is the shield that goes to the front of your mother. It'll go technically to the back of your case, but it is the shield for your inlet outlet piece, like so. So it'll sit like that, but it's going to go on the computer case first, and then we can place it inside of the case, and it will be lovely. Here we go. Oh! Okay, fam, so here's what we're going to do. First, I want to tell you, with every computer case you get, you will get some sort of instruction manual. So you'll know what goes where, how to do what comes in the case, all this craziness. So you'll get something like this. Make sure it's all right. So you'll get something like this. It'll tell you which parts come with it. Focus. Okay. You guys get the deal. Always consult this if you are new to building PCs, or you've never worked in this particular case before. Consult your construction manual. Consult your instruction manual, and you'll also get parts. Now, one more thing. Before you also do anything dealing with your motherboard, RTFM, read the manual, right? Read the manual. Cover to cover. It's not that much. It's not that big. So this is the manual that came with the motherboard that we're using now. Consult this manual. Don't be crazy. Don't go in there blind and watching YouTube videos thinking that, oh, I can do this. Yeah, you probably can, but consult this manual first. Any tech tuber is going to tell you to RTFM. Read the flipping manual. Don't forget that. Okay, so now we are ready to slide this motherboard into the DMs. Let's go ahead and grab the motherboard. Here she is. I also installed the front panel already on my own because it's a lot. It's a whole lot. It's just, it's going to take a lot more force than you would expect. So, let's go ahead and slide her in there. Slide some oil to me. Be so, ever so gentle. Ever so gentle. Ooh, don't do what I just did. Okay. Try, and if you can, try to minimize scratching. Try not to scratch your manual. Try not to scratch your motherboard too much as you get it in there, You feel me? You feel me? You hear what I'm saying, fam? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. So this is an ATX motherboard. There are 3 sizes of motherboard. There's ATX, Micro ATX, and ITX. ITX is the smallest one. Technically there's 4. There's EATX as well, but EATX is really used for like servers and such. Another thing, you also will end up with standoff screws. Standoff screws. So this particular case came pre-installed with motherboard standoff screws, which is wonderful. I love pre-installed motherboard screws. They make my spirit jump and leap every day I notice. So we're gonna go ahead and screw these in. Yeah, technically I could use my iFixit kit screwdriver, but I don't want to, because that's how I roll. Okay, so now that we've got the motherboard in, nice and tight. Oh, what is that noise I'm hearing? No, a screw came out. That's the worst. Let's go ahead and put another one in. Because we don't really have a choice. We want to make sure that this motherboard is nice and stable. But at least it's in there enough. You know, there's enough screws in there that it's not going to fall out. Let's me find another screw that goes in here. Alright, this one should do the trick. Let's go ahead and pop it in. Yeah. Another one? The worst. Goody, you're the worst. You're just simply the worst. Still beautiful, but still the worst. Any more screws want to pop out? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Okay. I'm gonna... Any screws? Anybody? Anybody? Alright. Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that, because it could very well be that you don't... Yeah, they all could be super goofed. Now, let's go ahead and flip her around. Our next stop will be our front panel connectors. Your front panel connectors will always be included in your case. Your front panel I/O is going to be up here for this particular case. Can you see that? No, you can't. So, here, this is the front panel. Power, USB, USB Type-C, headphone jack. Boom! Boom, baby! So, you've got that. Let's go ahead and pull the doodle-doo out. Me and my words. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and take the these things off. And we'll do that once we get to the cable management portion of the system. First thing I want is the front panel connectors, which look like, what is this? This is the USB Type-C connect. This is the USB Type-C port right here. Oh, this is lovely. NZXT, you are my favorite. They included it. They just put it in one big block. I don't think you understand how happy that makes me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to feed it under here. Boom. Flip said caseries around. And you see where I'm at? What I'm doing here? Alright, now, your front panel connectors are all right here. So very careful not to. There we go. Boom. In there like swimwear, fam. Alright. And let's not bend too much. Not do too much benderies. Alright, there we go. Looks like we're all good there. So we've done our front panel connections. Now let's go ahead and, what is this? Oh, this is fans. We'll deal with fans in a second. Let's go ahead and plug in our USB Type-C and our boop, boop. I lied with fries on the side. La 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 la. Alright. Now what we also want to do is we want to take our HD audio connector, which is right here. And our HD audio port is here, right? It's right here on this side, right over here. Yes, it is. So it's all the way to the bottom to the left of the motherboard. And your labeling, HD audio labeling, should be face up. And just pop her in like so. And all the slack, just move to the back of your case. Move it all to the back. Get back, get back. You don't know me like that. Alright, so you got that. Let's get our USB-C in there. And I'm going to feed it through here. Now it is keyed. Your USB-C is keyed. And it will always be blue. It will always be blue. That's what at least that's what I've always seen. Is it being blue. The little tabby tab, little nubby nub, should go towards the front of the case. The front of the case is that way. This is the front of the case. So that little keyed part should go to the front, and you'll see it. You'll see it once you hook in the motherboard. And be so careful not to bend any pins. Ooh, jeez. Okay. We are in there yet again. Alright. So we got our USB-C. Let's do our, I'm sorry, that's our USB 3.0. Let's do our USB-C. Good question. Good question. Does this motherboard even support USB Type-C? Let me consult the manual. Our next item on the agenda is going to be connecting our liquid cooler to the system. So let's go ahead and do that. First, let's go ahead and pop this off. You are tight. You're tight. Tight, baby. And then, and put this one. Hey, come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, friend. And that. And you just pop that off like so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, well, I'm going to take the system off. Put the system down on the floor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off and configure this into a push-pull configuration. I'm going to get some blackout fans and put them at the front of this radiator so we can have air pushing in to the radiator, fresh air pushing in, fresh air going out of the radiator, cooling off our components. So that's what I'm going to do. I will be right back. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. You stay right there. Do not move. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and, well, I don't like this, first of all. I don't like that I have cables going two separate directions. So I'm going to adjust. Maybe I'll just take this over the top and go this way. But what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and pull this fan out. Excuse me. Be nice to me, please. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out and spin it. So the so these wires are all going the same direction with the exception of the radiator wire. So that's fine. Do that. We'll make that change real fast, looking at the man in the mirror. And come on. Come on, buddy. You guys can see what I'm doing, right? All right. So we have got, let's move that out of the way. So we've got our situation. Let's try to feed everything to the back if we can. Get all these cables fed to the back. Feed it all. Feed it all. Everything must go to the back. Alright. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and line her up. Okay. Raise that. And boop. Boopity boop. Doop. One. These little thumb screws can be quite finicky. Come on, thumb screw. Okay, radiator is in. Well, you know, yeah, so now what we can do is go ahead and put the, let's go ahead and put this, put the, you know, the pump on the CPU. So, give it a nice little topple. Alright, here we are. So, what we're going to do now is take these little, whoops, these aren't little at all, these are huge, these are big boys. You see these big boys? Big boy. Big boy. Focus. Focus. Alright, so we're going to take these. There's two. They actually gave us more than that, just in case. And we're just going to screw these in, like so. Make sure they're nice and tight. Alright, don't over thread it. What I like, this is what I like to do, is just to make sure it's going to sit properly. But that's just my get down, you know. Everybody else's get down is different. Let's get some thermal paste going. Thermal pastries. And which one should I use? Is this the one that's been used already? This one. Alright. Ooh. Hasn't been that long since the last time I used it. Alright. Let's give it pea-sized. Pea-sized. Maybe just a little more. Okay, there's that. Alright, now, let's definitely move you out of the way because I don't want you in my way, actually, at all. Oh, geez, this one is. Are you mad at me? Okay, let's pop it on like so. So on there nice and tight. Okay, so our AIO, our all-in-one liquid cooler, is on. Now we've got our RGB and our pump situated. So let's go ahead and move. Let's just feed this to the back for now, because we won't get to plug in stuff in until later. So let's just feed it to the back for now. Alrighty, now that we've got that settled, there's our AIO. Let's see if you guys can see it. There's our AIO. All in. There we go. All in. All set. Great. Next will be our fans. Let's do our fans. Okay, so now we've got our AIO in. Now our next step, as I said, was going to be our fans. So what I would like to do is I got my friend some RGB Corsair SP, which I believe stands for static pressure fans. There's 3 of these in here, I believe. Whoops, I kicked the camera. Sorry, y'all. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a fan here and a fan here. She will have no use for the 3rd fan, but that 3rd fan will just have to be a spare, and that's fine. I think it's great to always have spare fans. So what's going to happen, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and open this one as soon as I can find my trusty knife, because this table is a mess, and it is all my fault for making it a mess. Oh, here it is. Here's my knife. Found her. Alright, so let's open this box. And see, I love Corsair, like their RGB stuff. I mean, hell, my headset is Corsair, my keyboard is Corsair, my mouse is Corsair. But you'll see in a second. This is the Commander Pro, or the Lighting Note Pro, sorry. Now, look at these fans, they're beautiful. And the colors, there's so many colors to choose from with Corsair fans. But here's my issue with Corsair. Y'all can't fix this craziness. At least y'all labeled it, which is lovely. But y'all can't fix this. This is a full, entire, unholy mess, because it makes cable management so much more intense when you've got 2 cables coming from your fan. It was terrible. Stop doing this, Corsair. Do something better. So we're going to set these 2 fans to be exhaust. Now, exhaust means you want your air being sucked in. You want the air being sucked out of the system. So you're going to have the back of it. Yeah, you want fresh air. The front you've got fresh air coming in. You're going to have 2 exhaust fans, which is what I'm going to do for her system, is I'm going to have 2 exhaust fans coming out of the back. The graphics card that will be here will be, I believe, a 5500 XT or 5600 XT. I don't remember. But, you know, they get pretty toasty. So we're going to do 2 exhaust fans at the back. But first, what we need to do is pull the current existing fans out. So this top one, if I can find the wire for it. Alright, here it is. Come on out. Come out, come out. Come on, come on. Alright. So there's one, and then let's find the other one, which is going to the same spot at the back of the case. But there are more of these little ties. Alright. So let's pull this cable on out as well. Hiya. This probably, granted, I probably should have done this before. Should have done it first, but I didn't think about it, so leave me alone. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this top one first. And the great thing is you can reuse your screws all day long, which is lovely. It's a wonderful thing. So let's go ahead and pull these 4 out of here. See, I already lost the other screw. Oh, here it is. As I said earlier, your intake, when you're bringing air in or sucking air in, the front of your fan, this is the front of the fan. The front of the fan should be facing the front of the case, or in this case, the front of the fan is going to be facing the CPU area. And then it's going to be blowing out. So the back of the fan should be facing the direction where you want the air to leave. So if you want air to go out of this vent, the back of your fan should be at the top or at the back. I hope that made sense to everyone, and if it doesn't, just let me know, and I am more than happy to explain more. But yeah, so there's that. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and get cracking on the back. So our 2 specialty fans are in. Isn't that great? You know what I want to do next is go ahead and put in the RAM. So let's do that. Where is the RAM? What did I do with the RAM? I seem to have misplaced the RAM as I've misplaced everything else. There we go. All right. So she's going to start with 2 8-gig sticks of DDR4 memory. I got the G-Skill rip jaw here. So they go, I would like to take advantage of dual channel memory. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and, I believe my motherboard manual said slots 2 and 4. As you see that there's this little divot here, and the motherboard also has the little divot as well. So 2, 4. Does this one do both sides? No. Some motherboards have 2 DDs, have 2 little locking mechanisms. This particular motherboard only has 1, so that's okay. But make sure that you are properly seated before you muck something up. So her RAM or her memory is in. Let's start with let's go ahead and put in her SSD drives. So I'm going to give her These are my gift to her. 2 SSD drives. Oops, 2 SSD drives. So her 240 gigabyte drive will be her boot drive. Her 510 gigabyte drive, 512 gigabyte drive will be, you know, some games or, you know, whatever she decides to do. And she also has a 1 terabyte Western Digital hard drive, spinning drive. So she's got plenty of memory. She'll survive, and I'm sure she has external hard drives of her own. So let's go ahead and put those in. And in order to put those in, they need to go in the back of the case. Thank you so much, NZXT, for making my life easy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 2 SSD trays right here. And where's my iFixie? Where's my iFixie? Alright. Come on. Is it 2 or just 1? Nope, it's just 1. Alright. So, her boot drive. Why did I close this knife knowing I was going to need it? So I don't cut myself. That's why, because I've cut myself a lot before. When I was younger, I always had a problem with knives. Until very recently. Let's open up her S to the S to the D. Alrighty. And pop that in. Alright, we're going to need some screws. I have screws. I have those. I have a lot of those. You know, you don't have to put in all 4 screws. This is an SSD drive, so, or solid state drive. You will be just fine with 2 screws. There are no moving parts in a solid state drive, so you will be completely Gucci not putting in all 4 screws. I would suggest putting them in diagonal just for kind of the even pressure kind of thing. But you'll be just fine with 2 screws instead of 4. Like I said, there's no moving parts on a solid state drive, so you're totally fine. So here's our 2 screws. Boom, they're in. And let's go ahead and pop her in there. What I love is that it has little component thingies that you can just go, whoop. I think I broke it. Yeah, no, I didn't. See, I don't always break stuff. Alright, now put that in there. So what I kind of want to do is put boot on here and just get some e-tape and put boot on there, so in case if she decides she wants to open up her system or whatever, she'll know which one, or whoever this, you know, is going to be doing maintenance on the system, which will probably be me. It better be. So I will know, or whoever's doing it will know that this is the boot drive. There are spinning parts in a hard drive, so please, 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 please make sure that you have all of the screws to this hard drive, to your hard drive, because like I said, it's a mechanical drive. It has moving parts. The last thing you want is to be that guy that just forgets and you want to shortcut it. You want to take a shortcut, and then you turn on your computer and something goes wrong. You moved it wrong somewhere and you're just completely SOL. You don't want to be SOL. Don't be SOL. I put in 3. Am I good? Am I good to put it back away? No, you're not. There's 3 more on the other side. Don't be dumb. Don't do it. Put all 6 screws in your spinning hard drive. Operative word there being spinning. Spinning means moving. Moving means possibility of failure if you are not taking the extra precaution and screwing in every last screw. This is not a SSD. Alright? We good? We clear on that? Are we clear? Are we crystal clear? Not clear as mud. Crystal clear. Okay. It's in there. Nice and easy. It's not wobbling. It's going to be fine now. Okay? So, now what we can do is put the hard drive cage back down here and screw it in. So, we're all good now. Wonderful. Lovely. What else is there to do? What else is there to do? I mean, well, our computer's not going to turn on without a power supply. So let's go get our power supply set up. Okay, now, here is our power supply. This is a semi-modular 650 watt power supply. So we're good. We Gucci on that front. So it's already got your motherboard cable, and it's got your 8-pin EPS cable, which is your CPU power cable. Perfect. Great. Love it. Love that so much. But we got some other stuff that needs to be powered, right? We got our drives that need to be powered. We've got our fans that need to be powered. We've got our graphics card, which I believe is going to take 2 4-pin connectors. We got all that stuff that needs to be powered. So let's go ahead and set all that up, shall we? Oh, come here. So I gave my friend an option because I have red cables and I have black cables. She was like, and I also had some white cables, but I'm not getting those to her. Sorry about it. Not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So she said she wanted black, so we're gonna go ahead and give her some black cables. Even though I think red would be so sick. It would look so sick in this case. But alas, this is not my system. So let's go ahead and plug this stuff in. So this is going to be our PCIe, or also known as our graphics card. Boom. Graphics card is in. They added another CPU slot. Let me see how many CPU pins. I think it's only got an 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. It's actually got 10, but the you don't need 10 for a Ryzen 5 3600. You should be fine. SATA. So let's go ahead and plug in our SATA. And we're probably going to do 2 SATA cables because we have a controller, an RGB controller that takes SATA power, which I forgot to put in as I just completely ruined it. Just annihilated it. They give you, well, yeah, of course, because this is a brand new pack. That makes sense why they gave me the thing that they gave me. Alright, so there's our second SATA. Boom. SATA, how many are on here? 3? 1, 2, 3. There's actually 4 on here. But I'm going to put a second SATA on there because I can. And I'm going to make it red because I can. So, sorry, not sorry. Again. Cool. So let's put you in there as well. So we've got motherboard. We've got, what's this thing called? Motherboard. We've got CPU covered. We've got memory. We've got storage covered. And we've got the other thing covered. So, wonderful. Now, let me see, 2, 4, 6 fans. should be fine, and only 2 of them actually need RGB, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and bring our put our case back up here into the sky. And just flip that around. Can you guys see what's going on? All right, cool. Now what I'm going to do is take the tails of my power supply and feed them through. Or is that the way they want it? Is that the way they want it? Nope, because it's not gonna fit. It's too big. Woo! That's what she said. Fan down, fan facing down, because there is a vent down here, or a filter and a vent down here. So your fan needs to be facing down. So let's make sure that that happens. Fan facing down. Perfect. 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 And we will deal with bolting it down in a second. Now let's get the controller that we have. Boom, here it is. She's right here. Okay. And the little adhesive, double-sided adhesive that they gave me, I'm only going to use half of this. I need some scissors. Okay, got some scissors. Like I said, I'm only going to use half of it, and I'm going to cut the half in half. Alright, so let's go ahead and open that up. Come on. Come on, be nice. Alright, here we go. And it's just gonna, whoop, okay, well, that happened. Trim that off a bit. Okay, and the other half. Bop, 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 bop. Boom. Okay, so let's put our controller right here. Isn't that a beautiful spot for it? Can you guys see where I put it? Put it right here. That's where it's gonna go, and it's not gonna move unless you force it to come off. So that's good. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is plug in, get this power supply going. So let's get it all lined up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute. No. No, thank you. No, thank you. Power supply is in there, nice and tight. And here's the way it looks so far. Still an unholy mess, right? Alrighty, here we go. Side panel test. Actually, no force at all. I don't even have to force it. Like I did with my system. Uh-oh. I don't do that. Come on, fix yourself, both of you. Oh no! I don't know how YouTubers do this without with one hand, you know? How do you do this with one hand? How do you do this with one hand? How? Look at that, guys. It's all in. I didn't have to do no pushing. I didn't have to do nothing extra. this computer definitely got heavier. All right, y'all. I'll see you in a few days. Peace.